Optic Gaming has finally announced their Halo roster, and well, it's what everyone expected. If you've been watching the HCS, you are aware of this roster. But for those that aren't, let me go ahead and give you a look. Let's take a look at this. Right, Formal leaving everyone else behind, picking up 3 new players and a new coach in Bound, Renegade, Legend, and Tusk. This roster has so many people excited, and it's for good reason. This is one of the best teams that you could have made out of the performances that we saw last year. In fact, let's go take a look at the lands on Halo Data Hive and take a look at this column right here, right? Player of the tournament. We go to the bottom. Well, that's Legend. That's on the Optic team. Renegade, that's on the Optic team. Legend, he's on the Optic team. Formal, he's on the Optic team. Legend, they're on the Optic team, right? So you took the best player of each tournament, you put them on one team, and you said, hey, GG, try to beat us, and that's going to be tough. I mean, just take a look at some of the grand final stats that we saw, and I think a big reason as to why Formal went out of his way to pick up these players. So this is grand finals of HCS Worlds, right? So the World Championship, look at Legend. A 1.2. There's a reason why Formal went out of his way and said, hey, I'm going to pick up some players. I think he had enough of seeing these sort of performances in the grand finals to know that if there's going to be a win, it's going to be a team that has Legend on it. Or we can go back to London, in fact, and take a look at that one, right? Renegade dismantled. This might be one of the best grand finals performances of all time Renegade had, and look at that right behind them, Formal. Maybe you're seeing the case of why this Optic Gaming roster came to be. Though I'm excited to see what they're able to do in the future. I think we've already kind of seen what they've been able to do in the past. If you go back to LVT Halo Orlando, shout out to everyone that showed up. It was a fun event, but you'll remember it was that GBX squad that ended up winning. That GBX squad being, well, Bound, Legend, who else was there? Bound and Legend, right? Oh, Renegade was there, and then who else was the 4? Oh, it was Tusk. So 4 players that are either coaching or playing on Optic Gaming played in this tournament. They ended up winning it. If y'all need a reminder, this is what the end sort of looked like. But we know what that roster can do. They're scary when they play at their highest level. And look at all these guys popping off. Hey, shout out. Obviously, this meant a lot to them. It was a fantastic tournament, and we had a blast producing it, but it showed us what this roster can do and why so many people are excited about it. And to give you guys a little bit of a taste of what maybe is to come with this Optic Gaming roster and why so many people are excited, I figured I'd show you guys one of the best flag comebacks we've ever seen. It was at the same event, LVT Orlando. It was during the winners final instead of grands, and well, I'm not kidding when I say this might be the best flag game of all time. So give me guys your thoughts on what you think about this Optic roster, what you think they're capable of. Are they going to win the majority of the events, or do you think a roster like Space Station Gaming, whatever who's on that, could maybe upset them? The Shopify Rebellion that we've seen with Royal 2 and Frosty going over there. Is there anyone that could potentially beat this Optic Halo roster? My opinion, I think it's going to be a very tough task. These are the best of the best, and they are the fastest of the fastest players in the HCS, and it showed during this flag game. Thank you all for watching and subscribing if you can. Only 50% of people that watch our videos subscribe. I'd love to get that number up. Give me your thoughts about Optic Gaming and what this new roster can mean, and enjoy, in my opinion, the best flag game in the history of the Halo Championship Series.
They find the first kill on the Bound. That opens things up. You see, it's aggression out of Soul Snipe already pushing into the base.
Another forward down go GBX. This should be a flag run. No shields, no problem. Ain't nobody on the map to stop you. Bound does get a spawn over toward the P1 side, so he does have first step towards this flag, towards stopping it from going through, but you got 2 members of Shopify Rebellion that are looking to relay it through. Bound with max damage, using the cover, isolates the gunfight. How does he pull that off?
That is massive. It's 3 down for the side of Rebellion. A chance for GBX to get their second cap. There's only 2 minutes left, but another kill comes through.
And that flag has already been started. The reset should come through by itself. Don't think Suppress gonna be able to grab a hold of that touch, and we should see the second flag cap coming from GBX. There it is.
GBX have to be fast though off this OS pull, right? There's a player that spawned in the back of base. It's Suppressed that has the chance to get Renegade here, but Renegade sneaks through the bottom center. 2 kills come out for Rebellion. GBX on the run.
Renegade about to put back-to-back caps in for GBX. I don't see anybody in position for Shopify Rebellion. Are we about to see a 1-cap game here?
It looks like it is. Renegade puts it in. And now immediately, look at him. He's going for that top center control. Bound is starting to heat up as well. 25-20 in this game. Getting pushed here. Suppressed ends up getting the kill, but that's 3 down for Rebellion again.
Surprise was able to get past those grenades. A huge kill out of him, but it may not be enough. GBX were down 1-4, but they may just touch it with less than a minute on the clock. Renegade just doing main slayer type of things. We got a tied up game, ladies and gentlemen.
Who turned on the lights? The switch has been flipped here for GBX. A completely different energy than what we saw in the beginning of this game, and Renegade ain't stopping anytime soon.
40 seconds on the clock. We could see an overtime, or we still have sudden death to work with. And the Rebellion go 4 down. This could be one of the greatest comebacks we've seen in Halo Infinite. Capture the flag.
2 players already snuck through the freeze though. It's up to Legend to win this fight. And he gets the trade. 2 down for Rebellion. The flag's going through.
There's 2 members of Shopify Rebellion. They're just going to throw some nades, try to get the cross-map shots. Bound already has it on the pillar. He's going to punch it in. That's a win.
Wow.
That's game 1.
A statement being made here. You see the main stage, you see the energy out of GBX, and again, what's interesting about this LAN is there's no white noise, Tony. They can hear it all. Usually